Hey, 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 everybody. I am in the suite and I am playing today. So fun. Okay, I'm bringing another quick card. And I'm actually, y'all, this card I love. But we're going to do a different variation of this card. I want to use a different stamp in the punch party. So I'm bringing the whole set out of the Celebration catalog, and I want to use Bravo, I think. So this card is going to be a little different, but still kind of like the same layout. Okay, so I have a piece of thick, basic white cardstock for my card base. So I had been on a 4 1/4 by 11 and then scored at 5 1/2 kick where, I have like a top folding card, but I'm going back to the more standard size. So this is still a half sheet of cardstock. But instead of scoring it at 4 1/4 on the 8 1/2 inch side, I cut it at 5 1/2, and then this time I am going to score it at 4 1/4. All right, so just a different way that it's going to open. So I'm bringing in my Stampin' trimmer, and I am going to put this at 4 1/4, which is right there, and I am going to score it, moving the trimmer blade out of the way, and I'm going to use my scoring blade. So let's see, open it up, make sure it didn't move. So I'm going to score it at 4 1/4, so just like that. So this card base is going to open like this. So let me bring in my bone folder, just like that, right? So it's going to open just like that. Okay. All right. Now I am going to, I've already punched a heart, and this is in Magenta Madness. Okay. And this is the scallop heart out of the heart punch pack. So this punch pack, you get both punches, this heart, and which is what I used on this card, and then you did get the scallop heart. All right, which is what I've already gone and I punched the this heart out in Magenta Madness. Okay, so punches, 2 heart punches, and they coordinate with the punch party stamp set. Now I needed another heart, so I bought in a heart. It's a Valentine's set actually in the annual catalog, and it is called Meant to Be. So I am using, and this is a clean mount, so rubber. I am using this stripe heart right here. Okay, and then I'm going to use a heart out of the punch party stamp set. I'm going to use that one. All right, the colors I am going to use are going to be, let's see, Granite Apple Green, Highland Heather, of course, Magenta Madness, and then Coastal Cabana. All right, so I'm going to try to use all 4 of those. Okay, and I'm going to stamp on a layer. This is actually, let me bring out my ruler. Forgot the measurements. This is 5 by 3 3/4. All right, so that's this layer. Let's move the card base out of the way, and let's start stamping. So I am going to do, let's see, start with Highland Heather. And this is, let me ink that up just up at the top. And then let's bring in my chamois, because I need to clean this off so I can use Granny Apple Green, I think is what I'm going to use next. All right. Chamois is quite dirty. It's seen lots of love lately. Okay, now let's bring in Granny Apple Green. I love Granny Apple Green. Such a pretty green. Let's ink that up. Let's see, right about there. Probably could have gone up a little bit. Okay, now let's close those up because I am done with those two. Now let's bring in Coastal Cabana, and I'm going to use my small heart in Coastal Cabana. And I'm going to go Coastal Cabana down here, over here, over here, and maybe one down here. Yep, I think I like that. Okay, now let's bring in the Memento black ink. I'm done with all of those. And let's bring the stamp set. Let's pull out Bravo. Bravo. So you can use this for all sorts of things. Okay, let's put that on a block. Bravo. Let's see. I probably need my foam mat. Yep, let's bring that in. I think this is going to look pretty on this Magenta Madness. Let's see. Let's do it. Should I do it over? Let's see. Because I'm thinking I may want to put a heart. Yes, I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do Bravo right here. And then I'm going to bring in a heart and black. I'm going to put that right there. Okay. Just so it can take up some of that space on that heart. Okay, let's go ahead and clean this off with the chamois. Clean this one off. Okay. Now, let's bring in, so that's going to go just like that. Now, let's do our sentiment. So, I'm going to bring in the Lots of Heart. I've been using this a lot. Okay, and I'm going to, Scent with Lots of Heart. Should I do that one? Yes, Scent with Lots of Heart. And let me bring in my craft white. And I've done this technique before. I'm gonna ink this up in the craft white ink. So this ink pad comes uninked, and you buy the ink that goes in it. And you ink it up. All right. But what I'm going to do to make it a little brighter, I'm going to bring in my white embossing powder. I'm just going to add some white embossing powder to it and then heat it up so it can be a little brighter. And one of my favorite techniques is embossing. So here we go. Hold on. Before we start that, let's get some of that off. Okay. And you'll see it start to get, as it melts, you're going to see it start getting a little brighter. I love this. When I went to my very first Stampin' Up party, we did heat embossing, and I was in love I was like, oh my gosh, what's that? Okay, so you see it's changing now. As it's melting, it's getting a little brighter. That powder is melting. Cute, right? Very good. Okay, now let's bring in the twine out of the, this is with the snail mail suite out of the mini catalog. So I'm just going to wrap it around a few times like that. And then I am going to, let's cut it, and then I'm going to tie a bow. Set that to the side. Okay. Okay. Tie a bow just around, just like that. And then we'll cut the tails off. Cute. Just to jazz it. Jazz it up a little bit. Add. And then, I mean, let's slide this down. Spread that out a little. And then I'm going to trim just a tad of this off. Okay, now let's bring this back in. I think I want to do it just like that. And I'm going to add, I'm not going to put dimensionals on this. I want this flat. So I'm going to use my Stampin' seal. Let me go down. This is not over. Okay. I'm going to put this down in the bottom right hand corner, kind of like that. I don't want to cover up my granny apple green heart, but I do want this level, and I want that peeking just out of the back, just like that. Let's straighten up that bow. Okay, now let's go ahead and add our heart, Magenta Madness, and I do want that popped up. But before I pop that up, I am going to go ahead and adhere this layer to my card base. Again, using the Stampin' seal. You can use the multi-purpose glue. I've used both of them. This is just a little quicker. But when you use the Tombow multi-purpose glue, it gives you a little time to move it around if it's not even. And sometimes I'm off, but it's okay. It's not by much. Okay, now let's add my heart in Magenta Madness. Pull 4 of them off. In the trash. And let's bring this in just like that. I'm not done. Yes. Okay, I'm bringing in, these are the matte black dots. And I am going to put one here. And then a small one here. And then I am going to use, they're 2 different sizes. You can see in here, you got the larger ones and the smaller ones. So I use 2 small ones, and then I'm going to use a big one. Just right there. Yes. Cute, right? I think so anyway. All right. That's the one we just made, and then this is the one that I made earlier. Okay. Thanks, guys. Thanks for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this card and will decide to make one of your own. All of the supplies I used on the cards will be in the description below or on the Facebook post at Crafty Sweet on Facebook. So like me on Facebook as well. All right, guys. Thank you. Have a great day. Talk to you later. Bye.